Welcome back, Diecast fans. Today I've got an awesome video for you guys. Hot Wheels Japan Historics Series 3. This is the third wave of these vehicles that's come out from Mattel. Over the last 3 years, I think, is when the first wave came out. We're looking at not just this brand new wave, opening up all these cars out of the packaging right before your eyes for a full loose review to add to my collection. But not only are we looking at those, we're also going to look at the entire set of Japan Historics Series 2 and the entire Series 1 as well, which I've got loose in my little tray there. Before you were going to get all those cars displayed for you, we're going to take a little look at the three sets side by side by side. And in addition to that, as a bonus, I've got Team Transport. This is the brand new wave for 2020, released January 2020. You've got vehicles 16, 17, and 18 in there. We're going to look at all three. One of them is getting cracked for a real full review. I haven't opened one of these up yet, so I'm quite excited. Stay tuned. Let's check out this car. This is one of the most coveted collections from the Car Culture series, which has been ongoing for over 3 years now, at the very least from Hot Wheels. Always a 5-car set, and always a hard set to collect if you're collecting them in the wild. They are usually very difficult to find when they're brand new. They usually get a little bit easier as time goes on if you don't completely miss one wave. And the Japan Historics is one of those waves that tends to sell out very quickly. If you see them in the store and you're after some of these, you might want to consider picking up a set and thinking about it later. I get mine sealed on eBay typically, or from my local diecast store. And the same true for the Team Transport trucks we're looking at. I've got the case codes for both of these new releases in case you're interested in looking for them by the case, say on eBay or ordering them elsewhere through stores in your area or online. So for Team Transport, we've got case code 956G. Now, in a sealed case, you're going to get only one of the 70 Plymouth Superbird with wide open, and 2 of the RWB Porsche 930 with aero lift, and 1 Mazda 787B Secura Sprinter. So, you've got one you can crack open, or you've got one you can leave behind in the store if you're so lucky to come across a freshly opened case, and you're after all of them. As for the Japan Historics 3, there are 2 of each car in case code 956P, so that's a sealed case as well that I've opened up. So I've got one set I'm going to keep on the card for that fantastic, beautiful artwork that you see, and one set that we're going to open up for you to review and park alongside these amazing previous waves of these cars. So let's just take a look at Japan Historics 1. What's really set this collection apart from other collections in the Car Culture series? All Japanese racing vintage automobiles, exquisite details, and just basically like all of their series lately. But highly, highly collectible cars with a lot of enthusiasm behind them in the Japanese racing sectors, and also, of course, JDM, Japanese import car racing, and in domestic North America. So, a beautiful array. The row in front of you is the Japan Historics Series 2. I'm not going to go through all these cars name by name, as I have covered them in previous videos. Getting back to these cars, let's set this camera down on the tripod and start tearing. Starting numerically in order with number 1 of 5, the Nissan Skyline RS KDR 30 in brackets. Beautiful artwork on that, eh? Now check out the back. It's going to be the same for all 5 cars, so I'm only going to spin this first one around. Got copyright information and all the rest. And of course, all 5 vehicles you can check off for your collection in case you're in the stores and kind of forget what you got. You almost can bring this back as a shopping list if you're cracking them off. But anyways, you'll probably remember because they're too gorgeous to forget. So let's zoom in a little closer. Appreciate the artwork that has been drawn on this card before I release it from its packaging and take a look at the car out of that package. Now, I do find that these present amazingly well, and honestly, if I only had one set of these cars, I wouldn't be opening them up, purely because I find the artwork too beautiful. But the fact is, I'm doing a review for you guys, and I do have 2 sets, so that is what I am going to do. I'm going to just zoom in on each of these cars and their artwork first before I actually open them up. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to open up these cars as we go. So here we go. We'll check out the artwork beforehand, before we demolish it. But I really want to check out these cars at the same time, as I've just rhymed off all their names and whatnot. And just check it out. Oh, I can smell that nice gleaming gloss red bright paint from here. It just wonderful. That's my drug of choice right there, guys. The Hot Wheels, the shiny new Hot Wheels, the shiny vintage Hot Wheels, whatever it is. A nice fresh paint smell certainly helps out in the nostalgia of it all, doesn't it? I mean, I used to sniff my Hot Wheels as a kid, so yeah, some things just don't change. Anyways, you can see this thing is absolutely beautiful. The wheel choice, perfect. All metal. Of course, these cars are all metal on metal. Now featuring the tampos for the taillights and headlights. You're going to see tampos all the way around on all of the cars. Unlike the cars from a couple of years ago, you may have noticed Team Transport, say the Datsun 510 wagon from Japan Historics 1, no details for the headlights or taillights. They were actually only putting artwork sometimes on 2 or 3 surfaces or sides of the car, whereas nowadays Hot Wheels has got the artwork all the way around for extra realism. Even on the top, you can see the little antenna near the sunroof. And let's just zoom way in here. Check that out. The rear kind of sun visor on the back window. And just awesome. Absolutely awesome car. So let's move on to the second car, which is going to be the Honda City Turbo. We'll find a parking spot for all these cars in just a moment. But Honda 85 Honda City Turbo 2. Fairly new casting still. Kind of a cute little nug, isn't it? So great artwork. Very cartoonish looking, but absolutely a cool car. I really enjoy this model. And let's get it out of the package for that review. Again, you're going to see the artwork all the way around on this model. Let's just go straight for the maximum zoomage on it. And also, incredible wheel choice for this particular car. Check out the little exhaust pipe coming out under the door. Almost looks like he's carrying a bunch of things in that back seat. Not really sure what all that stacked stuff is. Maybe it's luggage. Could be luggage in the race car. But just check out those tampos. You got the Honda. It's like I'm looking at it through the phone, so I'm having trouble reading it. I'm sure I'll be able to see it once I actually watch this video finished. Got the Honda, what'd you call it, badge on the front, the grill lines, everything's on there. Incredible paint jobs on these Hot Wheels, and of course they roll amazingly smooth. If for some reason you're playing with these cars, you certainly can't be disappointed with how a Hot Wheel rolls. Don't hit the Datsun. Okay, next vehicle coming out of the package is going to be the Nissan Silvia CSP 311. More incredible artwork, of course, and let's just take a look at that a little closer up. It's even got some like grime on it and stuff from racing. And, well, anyways, out it comes. This is a nice realistic color for this car. It's got windows all the way around. Check that shine out. Nice little bumper, chrome plastic bumper pieces extending through the bodywork. Very realistic. Really nice touch for this model. I can't imagine it would be complete without those features. So very nice that Mattel has gone to the great lengths to detail this car so nicely. Check out those big fat tires. I mean, on any other brand almost I would complain loudly about tire disproportionate size, but there's just something about Hot Wheels, isn't there? They're just so reminiscent of one's youth, or at least they are for me anyways. But I just love those big hot rod fat tires on this car. Again, you can see very high quality of construction, all metal, and superb detailing on that model as well. I really like the silver pinstriping and trim, I should say, the trim bezels around the window. So another really cool piece. Let's just back way out here. Let's see if we can't get these kind of lined up a little bit nicer for my parking array that I was hoping to do. We'll just go like that, I guess, in order of 1 through 5. And the next one, '75 Datsun Sunny truck. I think this is a new casting, actually. I forgot to research that before I did this video, but pretty sure that's a new casting. May even be a first release. I'm gonna have to follow up on this, but let's take a closer look at the artwork on that. Absolutely slammed, even more slammed in the picture than it is in the die-cast model. As you can see, some of the wheels are actually hidden up in those fender wells, fender flares, I should say. But let's get that truck out of the package. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. That always seems to be happening, doesn't it? This one's got an unpainted base. I think that's the first one we've looked at with unpainted base. Oh, wow, look at the details in the top. I never even noticed that from being in its package. And all the more reason to get these cars out for full detail analysis. Really cute looking car. And what have we got in the back? Some luggage, maybe a camp roll. Not sure what that is in the far corner there. Very cute truck. That's awesome. Very cool. That would be a very small truck, I would think, in real life, as most of these small Japanese-built vehicles are. Absolutely wicked. All right, let's go for the final vehicle in this series. And we're parking that one over here. That's right. Final vehicle, number 5 of 5, the '68 Mazda Cosmo Sport. I believe this is also a new car for the series. I don't think we've seen this one before. Looks really cool. Let's take a look at that artwork. Almost got tearing a little too excitedly there. You can see the amazing likeness of the car and its realistic hubcaps or steel wheels, perhaps, in that picture. Really nice. Look at that pearl paint job. Spectacular. Zooming right in now for a full look at this car. Wow, really cool taillights. Tailpipes there, all metal, of course. Very nice detailing for the trunk, the latches, the hinges. Everything is detailed beautifully on this car, just as it is on the other 4. And really nice wheels. They don't look like the wheels in the picture, but that's okay. No complaints here. All right, we're going to get that one parked, and now we're going to do a review on the team transport vehicles, following which we'll do a final pan of all these cars once I get this camera off the tripod. Now, the one that I was most looking forward to was this one, number 18. I would have loved to have 2 of this one, personally. I really like this Superbird. Really would like to crack that, and if I see this one in the store, I'm definitely picking myself up a second one to crack. And let's see, number 16. We looked at number 18 first. We're looking at these out of order, but that doesn't really matter. The Mazda 787B with the secure sprinter. It's a box truck, a really nice car. Unfortunately, we can't really see the whole thing. We're going to have to rely on the artwork somewhat to completely decide what these things look like. I kind of forgot to zoom in on the last one. Let's go back to that one in just a moment. Check out the artwork on it. Really cool. All right. So just before we head on over to the RWB Porsche, again, appreciating the artwork on this car culture team transport. By far the most colorful as well, I would say. But this car we have no trouble seeing up close. And again, tampos all the way around on the car and truck. Both vehicles metal on metal. Very little plastic in the way of these. They're quite heavy. And you can see why that is just so desirable to get that one. But we've got 2 of these Porsches, so let's take a review of the packaging first. Looking really good. I like the purple, but it's flashy. I mean, these are really flashy trucks, aren't they? Now, I wonder if these are actual vehicles too. I think they may be. Another thing I need to research before I do another team transport video review, I suppose, of even the Japan Historics. I'm not sure if those are actual vehicles. It wouldn't surprise me, as lately the diecast companies have certainly been spoiling us with realistic real-world offerings of these vehicles. And let's get that secondary unit opened up. As I said, first time I've ever opened one of these. Quite exciting. This is is going to be a bit messier. I guess they don't want the kids opening these things up in the store too easily at the price point. Now these would be around $20 Canadian in the store, I think. $15, $20 depending on what store you're at. And when I get them from my hobby store or online, I typically pay anywhere between $25 and $30 a car, if you were to do the math on the whole case. So in case you're wondering about that. Cool truck. Look at that. Very cool. I'm going to put the truck down here in just a moment so we can look at the car a little better. I haven't actually opened up one of these new castings of this Porsche, or fairly new casting, I should say. And let's just look at the front. Nice details. Sky, ocean, rain, it says on the side. Really cool car. All right, putting the truck down for just a moment. And now taking a closer look at this Porsche, which I've been wanting to take a close look at for quite some time. Check it out. Wow, okay, so that's a plastic tailpipe piece that's been installed as part of the interior, extending out through under the metal top of this car and metal base, which are riveted together. Rubber, big fat rubber slicks on it. Yeah, there you go. Got the little racing cutouts in the window. I think we can all agree that is a beauty. So let's just zoom out slightly for the truck, as I'm not sure it would fit completely in the screen if we held it up that close to the camera. Now the truck, oh, look at that. It's got like an actual tilting ramp. So you can roll your car straight up onto it. And then, one final look at all these awesome cars before we put them up onto the Plano display case walls. And a final zoom in of each model. Take note, which wave is your favorite so far? 1, 2, or 3? I don't quite know. I'm going to have to think about that one. All this awesomeness here. And I hope you guys are successful in finding these if you're after them. And as always, happy hunting.